Greetings, my fellow gamers. 'Tis I, Wraith King, and welcome to the Dark Kingdom. I apologize for not being able to upload as frequently as I really want to. It's just been a very strange week. Don't worry, hey, everything's alright. Just been a very busy one. And you know what? The busier, the better. The more I have to do, the better. And you know what? Life's been going pretty great. And that's probably the best thing I can say about this week, is it's been busy in a positive way. A lot of blessings have been coming my way, and I believe there's another one just around the corner. With all that said, I apologize, and I will be still uploading my Overwatch video. I'm just taking my time with it. Anyway, let's talk about Elden Ring and God of War. Elden Ring won! Yeah. Why did it win, though? Why did literally one of the greatest games ever created win against one of the other greatest games ever created in a Game of the Year award? And more importantly, why do I care? And why should I care? Why should you care? The reason we should care is, well, this is art. And as an artist myself, I think everything is beautiful. Every work of art has its place in this world of artwork. And because of that, I have a very strong opinion on this. But not only that, but I feel this is a very important subject to talk about, because why do you think games are even created? Well, they're art, right? Originally, that's why a game was created, as it was a form of digital art, and something anyone could enjoy. It's a form of entertainment, and all entertainment is art in its own right. So, when you create a work of art, why are you making it? Well, I'll tell you why I make my artwork. Because I enjoy doing it, and because I want other people to enjoy my work as well. That is basically what every artist wants. They want other people to appreciate what they've created. Not only that, but they want to find appreciation in their creation as well. But as this form of art here has gotten even more expensive, passionate artists like me haven't really found a way to access it and create it for ourselves, although I'm sure many artists like me who are just stuck to the pen and paper would love to do something like this, as I would love to do it myself. But my point being, a lot of passionate and loving artists who have an actual, well, passion for their work aren't really going to have access to this form of media. And whenever a game like this is released, most likely it's not by an artist, it's by someone who just craves for, the dollar signs. And I love it to see when a game is rewarded for being just simply a work of art. Elden Ring is not a monetization-infested nightmare. God of War is not a microtransaction nightmare. Nothing about these games is some paid nonsense that you would see from a free-to-play game, although those can also be works of art, but that's for an entirely different video. But these games are just pieces. They're not just games. They are an expansion on someone's imagination. Someone thought of this. A whole group of people thought of this concept and worked together to create a beautiful work of art. And because of that passion, we have games like Elden Ring and like God of War. But that is still not entirely what this market is. There are more people who are just interested in making a quick buck, opposed to creating a masterpiece such as these games. And whenever one of these games is rewarded, it's important that we bring attention to it. Because when we reward games like this, we'll see these corporate game publishers actually start paying legitimate artists who are passionate about creating a good game and stop worrying about just creating a game in general just to create, clout and money. We need to start getting artists out there who actually care. And that's why I'm talking about this, because I want more games like this. I want more artists to work on games. I don't want people who are just greedy and there to make money. We need artists like you, probably watching this video, and artists like me, making these games out there. So, with all that said, this is why I think Elden Ring won the competition. Although, in my personal opinion, I think both of these games won Game of the Year. Despite what Elden Ring has won itself, despite the title it has earned, I think both of these games, in my personal opinion, have won Game of the Year in my book. Now, for the sake of the video, I better show you guys at least some gameplay of God of War just to tell you that, I've beaten the game. So, quick spoiler warning, this is a little bit of the ending, and the reason I'm even giving you this message is just in case you want to play it yourself, and you should play it. And honestly, I don't think I need to put this message here because most of you have probably already beaten the game at this point. And if you haven't played God of War yet, what is wrong with you? Like, what's going on? And I would like to get into the nitty-gritty as to why I think Elden Ring won, so with all that said, spoiler warning. If you don't want to hear all those details, just skip right here, as I will be explaining my opinion in general about both games without spoilers. God of War is... I just love this game. Both the first game of this series in the God of War franchise, and just Ragnarok, they're both just so amazing. Now, God of War Ragnarok is more of the last game. If you really liked the last game, you're going to love this one. And saying that much, I feel like is an understatement, because this game is just that darn good. I want to play it some more as I'm recording this, but I gotta hold back. Gotta hold back my controller just a little bit, as they did introduce a brand new weapon called the Drop-Near Spear. This weapon is awesome. This is just one of my most favorite weapons in the series so far. I just love this weapon. The Leviathan Axe, the lore behind it, makes it a little bit above that, let me be honest. But as far as gameplay is concerned, I just love the Drop-Near Spear. It's so awesome. Overall, I really do love the new gameplay with the Drop-Near Spear. I think it introduced a lot to the game, but this is why I wanted to get into the spoiler section, is the variety of God of War. There is a lot here, don't get me wrong. There's a lot in this game that will have you glued on it for hours. The side quests, like I said, the new weapon, all the upgrades you can get, the abilities, the skill trees, all of this in God of War is excellent. But Elden Ring just has more in this department. It just has more weapons, more upgrades. Everything is just more. So as far as sheer gameplay is concerned, especially the gameplay loop, Elden Ring just has so much more compared to it. And despite my love for both of these games, I have to admit Elden Ring just has more. And that's not a bad thing. Some people do prefer it just to be a very linear, very focused game, and not just all over the place like Elden Ring is. And with all that said, it's not entirely a bad thing, but you can understand why I'm thinking that, yeah, this is probably why Elden Ring ended up winning. But as far as the story is concerned in God of War, this game will have your heartstrings tugging. Even though I said this is more of a spoiler section, I just don't feel like I want to say anything much about all of the things that make you sad in this game that will definitely tug your heartstrings, because I feel this experience should be given to you, and I don't want to take that away. And all things considered, I just have to say that you do lose somebody and through the campaign, and someone who does mean a lot to the series, this version of the game, not the older games. I'm talking about this new iteration of God of War. You do lose one of the characters, a very prominent character in the game, very important. You do lose them, and it hits pretty hard. And this game does a great job with all of its characters. Every last one of these characters is incredible, and you're a part of their lives. It's like you're Kratos, and I just love that about this game. It puts you in Kratos' shoes. It makes you feel what he feels, and this game does that so beautifully. And because of that, I cannot recommend this game enough. I was tempted to make a solo review on God of War just because of how amazing the story was. So, concerning the story, although Elden Ring is very deep, very serious, and very focused, it's not entirely as beautiful as God of War is. I don't want to say cheery, because like I said, there are some deeper subjects in God of War as well, but nowhere near the darkness that Elden Ring explores. But with all that said, God of War, it definitely has a more universally praised story. I made a good reference in my last conversation I had about this. God of War is like that beautiful painting you would see of a guy fighting a dragon or just something epic like that. And then Elden Ring is something that's a bit more intricate. It's a bit more something like a Picasso or a Peter Max, something that is not entirely universally praised, but something that is appreciated by a specific eyes. That's what Elden Ring is. God of War is not that kind of game. It is something that is universally praised. So I think its story, compared to Elden Ring, is something more people are going to appreciate. But escaping the spoiler section for a moment here, this game, God of War, is just good. If you have not played it for yourself, I highly recommend you check this game out immediately. It is worth your time. But overall, I think God of War doesn't have as much to it as Elden Ring. And that's why I think it ended up winning, is because Elden Ring just has more to its gameplay and a whole lot more replayability, more endings. Everything about that is just more, despite God of War being so incredible. But going back to the gameplay in Elden Ring, I think this is quite possibly some of my favorite I have ever played. I've played a lot of games, as you guys know, been with me quite a while here on the channel. I've played a lot of games. This is probably the best I've played. Elden Ring has so much replayability, and even as I'm recording this video, I want to play both of these games again. Like, they're both incredible, but Elden Ring just has an ending that I still have yet to get, and I'm trying my best to get it. There are not even that ending. There's a few other ones I still didn't get. There's a lot of replayability to that game, and it's going to keep you playing probably for much longer than what you think. It is a very expansive game, and overall, that's why I think Elden Ring won, is it's just a lot more than what God of War is. But despite all of those differences, I still think both of these masterpieces are just that. They are beautiful works of art, and I appreciate them both equally. And in my book, they both won Game of the Year. When you have the time, definitely check out both these games. They are worth your time, worth every single penny. But yeah, that's all I really had to say about this. I'm really glad that Elden Ring won. I would have been happy if either of them won, because I just loved them both so very much. But in the meantime, my fellow gamers, if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you too can be a part of the Dark Kingdom. Take it easy for me, and please do have a blessed day. And really quick, I just had to apologize for the lateness of this video again. It's been a very positively busy week for me, and I've been praying for even more blessings on the rise, and I could already see another one coming as I'm recording this video, guys. And like, no joke, it's been a very blessed week for me, and I know it's only going to get better from here on out. And you know what? I've been wanting to do some vlogs here on the channel because I've seen other YouTubers doing it. It looks like a lot of fun, and I've been wanting to do it for a while anyway. So I actually think it's a good idea if I do that here on the channel. But until then, my fellow gamers, take it easy for me. Bye.